Alright, yeah, there's Scrimcast here, as we've got Twisted Fusion, or some approximation of it, taking on Team Cheesecake, or some approximation of it, too. As we see, we're missing Short Count here for TCC, and have replaced him and some other guy. I don't remember who usually plays them. Banana Minion we've seen for them. We've seen Stan March and Clang. I don't know. So TCC, I think, in a bit of a flux in terms of their roster situation, but at this point they've got at least three. Khaleesi we've seen before, and both Swizz and Ubergimp have shown up. Meanwhile, on Twisted Fusion side, Torje and Hammed Ox2G, okay, are going to be replacing various other members of the team that I don't know super well, because don't seem to cast them all that often. Tassie and Carex and Looky are others that have frequently shown up and actually are tagged up, I believe, as part of Twisted Fusion. So both sides with perhaps a bit of a B roster here, a couple of ringers, and we'll see how that affects the game. Probably won't be that noticeable, but anyway, bans are done here. Ophelia and Puppet Master getting taken up by Slot Please, and Kronos and Solstice removed by Ubergimp. So Ubergimp has actually taken to banning Solstice, or at least TCC has taken to banning Solstice, which I don't really agree with. I don't think he's a first ban-worthy hero, but apparently they do. Apparently they're concerned about him. Alright, but the rest of the ban is making plenty of sense, as those are all heroes that we see banned constantly, and if they're not banned, they are regularly picked up. So Legion side will finish off their first picking stage with Rhapsody, Pestilence, and Illuna. The first two picks I like a lot. Illuna, not so much. This hero does not win. I've got her now in 50 some odd games, and she's got a 30% win rate. So Twisted Fusion, in my opinion, already off to a bit of a bad start, as they've picked up a hero that is, I think, right now the worst hero that is commonly seen. Illuna just does not win, and I think you can sort of understand why. Her stun doesn't do any damage, and it's single target, and it's not that long a duration. The bounce, the RNG factor, isn't good. It doesn't help you hit multiple heroes effectively, and the power throw is nice, but it's basically just a damage dealer, and it does do a fair bit of damage. I mean, it's definitely one of the more damaging spells, but not that big a deal. Her getaway is decent, but it's not the best thing in the world. It's not as useful as it could be, and her ultimate, again, not that useful. How often does a global power throw come into the game? How often does a red stun do that much? You compared that to something like a Rhapsody ultimate, that's fantastic, or Empath ultimate, that's fantastic, or Master ultimate, that's fantastic. And I don't think this hero has what needs to happen. She's so good in the laning phase, but after that, it's just she does nothing. So we'll see how that affects them. But anyway, Hellborn side have picked up Drunken Master, Torturer, Kraken, and Empath. Let's do bans, though, as we can talk about picks anytime. Tempest, Flux, and Wretched Hag get banned out here for the Legion side. Madman, Bubbles, and Swiftblade for the Hellborn. So lots of heroes that we see every so often. Madman and Flux are two I really want to highlight, though, because we don't see them that often, but they are on my very underrated list. They do tend to win quite a lot, and I think they're generally quite strong heroes, and I'd like to see a little bit more of them. So not going to be in this game, obviously, as they were both banned out, but perhaps heroes that should be addressed a little bit more frequently. Swizz is a 1239 PSR. Holy crap. I want to see his stats now. 2752. Yeah, that's not pretty. Interesting. Anyway, Legion side finished their draft off with Moon Queen and Balfagor, so likely to see Moon Queen and Rhapsody, I would suspect, in the bottom lane, with Illuna, Pestilence middle. No, this is going to be a tri-lane. I guess they could suicide the Balf. That'd be interesting. I'm not sure if we've ever seen it before, but I'd like to. I'd like to see that if that would work. I think it's got some potential. The silence obviously helpful, and he's just generally tanky, and the minions obviously provide a slow, so if they do try to chase him down, he can spawn minions, slow them down, silence them, and run away while being difficult to kill. It's an interesting thought. We'll see what the Legion side does, but their lanes are not particularly transparent. Both Rhapsody and Illuna could be played in either the jungle, or either the support or the aggressive role. Moon Queen almost certainly be in the short lane unless they decide to man up on tri-lane, which they could do. They could do the same thing with Pestilence and run Moon Queen bottom with Balfagor mid. They've got some options here on Twisted Fusion, and I like that. I mean, their gank potential is pretty good. Pestilence, leading the way there. Rhapsody and Luna both strong ganking supports. The team fight is absolutely there, and obviously the pushing potential is extremely strong. So I like this Twisted Fusion lineup, and we'll see how they do with it. But looking to do some stuff here against Team Cheesecake, who are running Dark Lady and Drunken Master, in addition to the Empath, Kraken, Torture.
Let's get it on.
And their lane's perhaps a little bit more predictable. Either going to be a Suicide Drunken or Kraken. I suspect will be a Suicide Kraken. Middle lane that can be Drunken and Torture, and top Empath and Dark Lady. So they could certainly switch that around a little bit. They have some tri lane potential, and they could Suicide either Drunken or Kraken. And obviously either support can be played in either lane, but I hope that's what they do. I have a feeling that Empath is going to be middle, and I really don't like that. No, good. She's going to be top? Yes, I hope so. So, yeah, that looks like what's going to happen as Kraken is headed down there. Looks like he's got Suicide items. Drunken Master's definitely built for middle, and yeah, Torture's got all sorts of regen, looking to get aggressive in that middle lane. So, Hellborn lane's a little bit more predictable on the Legion side, because I mostly just don't know what the Legion's going to do pretty much at all, although I seem to have called it fairly well here. It is going to be the Balfagor Suicide. And Twisted Fusion is notorious for running Balfagor. I don't know if they've done it Suicide so much, but they did this in the Hunter Season 2 playoffs, and it was very, very effective. So with the cookie ult, too. So, slot please, harkening back to the days of Balfagor in the Hunter Season 2 playoffs, and we'll see if he can have the same sort of success. Looks like it's going to be mid lane Pestilence and Rhapsody going up against the Drunken Master and Torture. I do favor Legion a little bit there, I think. No, maybe not. Drunken has the getaway, which is very nice. The difficulty is Torture. If he can land a stun, then the Hellborn will have the advantage, and if he can't, obviously that won't work out very well for them. Legion side stuns are a little bit more reliable with the target on Rhapsody, and the Pestilence, obviously, staying around himself, so much easier to land. Bottom lane, it's going to be the Moon Queen and Aluna going up against Kraken. Aluna going to find it rather difficult, I suspect, to box out this Kraken, as he is just generally so tanky. Doesn't have a lot of regen, though. 9 tangos, I guess. That's a fair bit, but no burst heal with obviously the health potions. And Moon Queen should have more or less free farm down here in this lane. I wouldn't expect her to miss too many CS, if any. Kraken gonna find it somewhat difficult to come up toward the lane. Will actually just eat a tree off the bat and take a power throw to the face. Has charged obviously early on, taking quite a bit of damage here though, so Aluna doing everything she can to box him out of the lane. No huge surprise there, as that's pretty much her job. Power throw connecting once again. So this should be a relatively passive lane. Kraken not going to be easy to kill down here. It's certainly possible, especially because they do have 2 stuns. But I think less likely. Up top, Balfagor going to be in some trouble. A few more auto attacks. Charging strikes are not available from TDL, but she has Taint Soul. There's one. If Empath can get another wall down, that'll get a kill here. He's going for a bit of an odd path. And perhaps just trying to provide as much of a distraction as possible, get TDL off the lane, but he's still in some trouble. Wall is available once again, and this is definitely going to be a first blood. Oh god, neutrals!
Cookies at my funeral.
I love that. I love that when he dies. That's so funny to me. I don't know why. You should have cookies at your funeral. Everybody should have cookies at their funeral. But TDL losing some time up there. She was chasing that Balfagor down, and they end up getting the neutral kill. So, well played there to Slot Please, as he manages to kill himself to neutral. It's a bit of a misplay, I think, on TCC side as well. Not being a little more patient with the wall, and realizing, once he went that direction, that Empath could have finished him off by herself, and allowing TDL to just sit in the lane. Instead, she did spend some more time chasing him, so a bit unfortunate there for the guys on Twisted Fusion that they do lose the death, but on the other hand, they didn't give up first blood, and they have to be pretty happy about that. So mid lane, Pestilence definitely winning this at 280 gold per minute. Once again on top, Balfagor taking all sorts of damage. So this suicide is not working out very well for them. He does not have any regen, will have to go to the side shop and buy some, but only has 93 gold, so by the time he gets there, he'll have enough for a health bot, but then he won't have any mana, and we'll see if he's able to stay in this lane for very long. My suspicion is no. As they're doing a really good job here of boxing him out. He's just getting absolutely nothing. On the other hand, Kraken on the bottom lane actually has no CS, and he's going to lower GPM even than Balfagor, who's out of regen, and Kraken's not, and now he's going to get lane control, so he should get a couple of kills here, which will be nice. No, apparently not. Finally, there's goes one. Top lane Balf once again getting jumped. And this is going to be a death. Essence Link there will finish. Nope, TDL actually. Gonna get the last hit, so well played. There it is. I love that. I don't know why that's so funny. Little Cookie Man. I freaking love this alt avatar. Meanwhile, on the other side, I'm missing Rhapsody, nearly dying. Has the bottle though, and a health potion there. Nope, not gonna be enough. Potion. Health potion. Health potion. Sometimes, if you haven't noticed this yet, I don't know how much of the main casts you've watched, but sometimes I can't words. I swear to God I'm a native English speaker. I swear to God. I speak no other languages. I am an ignorant American. Meanwhile, Duncan Master getting jumped here. Actually, stun hits Torture as well. We'll see who they choose to go on, but Rhapsody now all of a sudden going to be in a lot of trouble. Chain reactions do miss, but that's not going to be enough. Agonizing Bonds finishes him off. Torture can get turned on here. Last attack from Pesty gets the kill, so actually be probably in favor of Legion's side as Pesty gets solo experience for that kill and actually gets the last hit compared to Torture getting it. But in the meantime, we'll see if Drunken can turn this around as Pesty gonna get the bash. The flight's there as well, and we'll see what they can do. Stagger away, no mana left for the stun, and Pestilence won't be able to pick up the kill on Drunken Master, but does chase Drunken off the wave. That's not bad. On the other hand, here comes Torture, and Pesty gonna have to be a little bit careful about how he plays this. Balfagor still up top here at 75 GPM with those two deaths, just not looking super great. Kraken only at 100 though, so both suicides just having an awful time. And Hellborn taking a slight gold lead, despite the fact they are 3-1 up in hero kills, just not that far up in either gold or experience. Rhapsody here, gonna fall. Last auto attack from Drunken. So, the power of the Hellborn side, they just have a little bit more damage. And Torture with the Agonizing Bond build is actually quite good there. Charge away from Kraken. He's gonna try to live here. One more auto attack should finish him off. Moon Queen's gonna get in range, and that's gonna be the kill. So she takes quite a bit of tower damage here. I'm trying to aggro it, but the tower says no. So, Torje on that Moon Queen does pick up the kill, and will take some damage for it, but definitely worth it. And she's now at 342 gold per minute. Below TDL and Drunken Master, though, as the guys on TCC doing pretty well against Twisted Fusion in this situation. As their mid lane is winning, and their short lane is winning harder than the opposing team's short lane. And their Suicide actually not doing quite as well as the one on Twisted Fusion with Balfagor about 100 GPM, but Kraken's just getting wrecked in this bottom lane. Not hugely surprising, of course. Counter word there to a word that was just placed, so well played by Rhapsody. And she will get that vision out of the way. Cicada's going on to Drunken, but he's just going to stagger in. You want to stun me? I'll stun you. Up top, Empath with the wall and the Essence Link going down. We'll see if Balf can get out of this, but he's getting trapped out pretty well. Nice minions actually doing a lot of damage to TDL here, and she needs to be really careful. A few more autos will kill her. Nope, she pops the health potion. Should be okay. And then Balfagor's vomiting everywhere because of all the cookies he ate. And the minions are chasing people down here. Them little cookie minions. They're gonna find Empath, and we'll see. She's getting slowed. A few more autos. Oh no. Trying to live. Oh, there it is. Wow. That's funny. Torturer is hasted. Coming up here looking for an engagement. Doesn't have an impalement, which would help, but the vomit there going to be in a, bad timing there. Chain reaction is going to help finish him off. It's actually the agonizing bonds get the kill. I want him to die, like, every second. Because I don't know why that's so funny. I did not turn on the script pause on because I'm stupid. But there it is. I don't know why that's so funny. Rhapsody are going to get jumped, but Scottos go down in the middle of that lunge, and now Drunken get turned on here. Chain reactions, though, do hit Pestilence, and he should be able to get away on the Drunken Master. Aluna coming in from the side, but so is Empath, and now all of a sudden Pestilence is like, oh, whoa, I thought we had the advantage. No, we don't. And Aluna says, yeah, we don't. Bottom lane, Moon Queen drops. Or at least the Kraken. What is she doing there? So that was a bit of a misplay. All of a sudden, Team Cheesecake taking a pretty good lead here as they get a kill on the opposing team short laner and the Aluna, who she sort of happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the Empath death, allowing Empath to roam middle and help out there. But bottom lane, Moon Queen going for the mana play, it does not work. That's the sort of thing that just you shouldn't do. I mean, you're already winning the lane so hard. You go for a kill if you have it. You don't go for a kill if you maybe have it. Especially if you're the Moon Queen, that needs to get off to a good start here. Drunken Master trying to get away. Essence Link goes down as Empath is here once again. Wall's there as well. Drunken going to push him back in, but he's going to get away. Yes, chain reactions and the agonizing bonds will help get the kill. So, Moon Queen also going to port in. That's a waste of time, because now she's going to have to walk all the way back to bottom. Twisted Fusion's looking a little disjointed here, and they're having some issues communicating, it seems like, because the team coordination just is not there. And you can really see it on TCC's side. I mean, they're working very, very well together, picking up a lot of kills. 9-3 hero kill advantage so far in about 10 minutes. And Twisted Fusion in some trouble. Meanwhile, Balfour getting jumped on once again. Drunken Master's coming in from the side as well. He's definitely going to fall here. And puts the Hell on New Earth down, because I guess he wants to.
Massacre.
All those little cookie minions are not going to be able to do anything this time. And they will have cookies at his funeral. At this point, though, he's died so much that everybody's probably going to get diabetes. Got 5 deaths here in this Balfagor, and I was curious to see if Suicide Belf would win. I don't think so. I don't think it does. Or would do well, excuse me, or if it would work. And I do think we've answered that question now. Suicide Balfagor doesn't really work. Perhaps in a 1v1, I think in a 1v1 he'd probably be okay, but the opposing team was running dual supports, so your natural assumption there is dual lanes. I mean, it certainly could have been a tri-lane, but unless there's a really, really obvious tri-lane situation, I don't think you go for this. So, he is level 6, obviously he has that ultimate, which has a really short cooldown, apparently. Not even clicking here. 35 seconds, really? That's ridiculous. Mid will get pushed in with the minions on top of the Rhapsody dance floor helping out. All 5 heroes are here for the Legion side. And I mentioned earlier that pushing potential is really, really strong. And they're going to try to take advantage of it, and they need to because they're already down. Halborn, though, are like, yeah, we can fight this. They're going to be the jump onto Moon Queen initially. She gets the Moonbeam ultimate off, but that's doing a lot onto the creeps as well. She's going to fall first. Hell on North hits a whole bunch of things, but the release Kraken also catches onto too. Empath going to jump inside of TDL here, going to help get her away, as it only ends up being a kill on the Moon Queens, first of all. Drunken Master going to turn into some Balfour as well. That ends up being a 2 for nothing. Aluna trying to live here. Pestilence looking for something. But he's caught between 4 heroes and he's all by himself, so this is not a good idea for him. As he drops the stun and realizes, yeah, I gotta get away from this. Rhapsody looking to jump in, perhaps. No, Sakata's going to Drunken Master, and he will die. So, bit of miscommunication perhaps there, as Strucken wanted to go in, but didn't look like the rest of his team was on board. And he falls a little bit too low, with Rhapsody's staccatos proving a nice little ability. So the Legion side's push is stopped as they lose their short laner once again, as well as Balfagor. And Drunken Master does dot for it, but definitely a trade they'll take, I think, stopping the push. And nope, apparently not for long though.
The Legion
as there goes the
destroyed a
mid tower.
Hellborn tower.
But they have to be concerned about these GPM charts here, because Ubergimp now at 390 gold per minute and Moon Queen struggling to break 300. Word of Rev will be spotted there, but countered immediately by little Balfi minions. Look at the little cookie people. They're gingerbread men. And they have little fork swords. This is a great alternate avatar. I don't know why I like this so much. They are your delicious creations. They're pretty delicious. These little gingerbread people. Not my favorite thing in the world, but hey. Little hats. Those little like frosting hats. Is that what those are? I can't tell. Stop moving them around. Oh, they're little chef's hats.
Too many cookies.
And he vomits and talking about it too much, eating too many cookies here. Drunken Master gonna jump on top of Balf, so once again we might be having cookies at his funeral, and that's gonna be the death. Meanwhile, here off the side, though, the rest of the Legion side looking to get caught out. Moon Queen is going to drop her ultimate, but the aggro of the Ancients, and they're taking all the damage. We're going to have Rhapsody fall right off the bat. Moon Queen going to follow. Aluna here looking to do something, but out of mana, not enough health. Pestilence getting chased down by Drunken Master. He's in some trouble. Stun will be there, one auto attack, and that's going to be actually Ubergimp gets it with the charging strikes. Ends up being a 4-0, as the guys on Twisted Fusion just do not seem coordinated right now. They got up to a decent enough start, but just not looking good. 16-4 hero kill advantage here for TCC, and I can see them wrapping this game up relatively quickly. Kraken in the bottom lane will get the kill. Was he even there? That was a 4v5 or something like that, and they still killed 4 heroes and lost nobody. 440 GPM on Dark Lady, 420 on Drunken Master, and Team Cheesecake, I think, at this point is looking like, yeah. Word of Sight here, right on top of the opponent's Word of Sight, though, so they might have seen that. He might have placed that from Fog, I can't tell. I don't know where he was when he dropped it. And for all their pushing power, I mean, if you've got Balfagor and Rhapsody and Moon Queen and Aluna, they should be able to push really fast. Obviously, Moon Queen's pushing power isn't super great until later, but you know, she still cleans up creep waves pretty well with those glaives. Meanwhile, in middle lane, Jump is going to be here under Drunken Master. Power Throw does connect, but he's going to stagger away, takes all sorts of damage, thinks that untouchable, he just doesn't care. The mitigation is ridiculous. And Kraken obviously there for backup, but will be running away as the rest of the Legion side is sort of convening on this middle lane. Pestilence looking for bottom rune. And we'll pick it up. It is a regen. God, I don't know why I find this alt avatar so freaking hilarious. Middle lane Balf might be looking to get jumped here. Kraken wants the initiation. Drunken Master's here, but Pestilence, the portal key, going to hit both of them and their silence. They're going to draw all sorts of supports, though, and the entire TCC team will be here. Rest of the Legion is coming in, but Pestilence will be the first one to fall. Balfagor is next on the list. Chain reactions hit him, and we're going to be having more cookies. As the Hell Newer comes out, does damage, but not enough. Now Rhapsody also gets caught by Drunken Master. Moon Queen ultimate going off, and that will finish off Dark Lady. got a little aggressive there, and we'll clean up some creep wave as well. But I still think they'll take that, losing Dark Lady a bit of a damper, but they still do kill 3 heroes. And top tower falls as well. (19 to 5 hero kills. And TCC just continuing to run away with this game. 10k gold, 12.5k experience, and they're starting to build up some serious items here. Rune Cleaver already up on Dark Lady. That's only going to help her farm, of course. She's already approaching 500 GPM, so they have to be really worried about that. Whispering Helm is finished on Moon Queen, so that's nice. She's 330. But again, that's just not that good here for 18, 19 minutes of the game. Red Sight will be countered there. That was relatively recently placed as well. That was actually on top, I think, of an already existing Word of Rev, so a bit unfortunate. Kraken, meanwhile, looking for his portal key. 1800 gold, has that in about 350, so that's not bad. Drunken Master will finish off his Shrunken Head on top of the Soul's Bulwark, so all the magic damage on the Legion side. Balfagor, Moon Queen, Luna, Rhapsody. Not gonna hit him. Bot tower is in a lot of trouble here. Will be denied. Nope, Pestilence is there, gets the kill. And probably should look to run away now. Actually, Kraken coming in, and so is Balfagor, so we'll see. This is looking like another big clash all of a sudden, as his delicious creations on Balfagor come out, and they're going to try to push this. Pestilence coming in once again. Kraken going to fall, but Drunken Master going to counter on this. Wall does go out. Pestilence going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes TDL, immediately wrecking both Pesty and Rhapsody. Helen North hits a bunch, but Drunken Master's Shrunken Head is up. He's going on Moon Queen. She's going to be in a lot of trouble. That will get the kill, actually. Agonizing Bond's finishing her off. Balfagor in the middle of now 4 heroes, and he will fall. Empath, of course, inside of Dark Lady. Ends up being a 4-4-1 as they pick off the Kraken, but once again, another team fight going massively in favor of the Hellborn side, and now they're going to push down this bottom lane. As, they're pushing power, not quite as strong as the Legions, but when the Legion side can't oppose them, obviously that helps out quite a bit. So I don't suspect we'll see a tower kill here, but it wouldn't surprise me to see some aggression get put on here, and perhaps enough to come back and finish it off a little bit later. Maybe we will see a tower kill. Man, this thing's falling quick. Yeah, that's going to be a tower kill.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
It's surprising how fast that went down. Obviously, Torture Impalement, really, really powerful spell. Speaking of him, he is going for the push book, and Kraken getting ever closer to that portal key. Legion side, Rhapsody still staying on plain boots. And middle lane, towers will be pressured as well. TDL jumping in again. 567 gold per minute. Ridiculous farm here on Ubergim. Pestilence always has that portal key, but not much else. Kraken backing everybody off. Cicados go on to him and the Moonbeam. Jump in by Pestilence, and he's going to be in some trouble. That's definitely going to be a death. At least Kraken gets on to 3, though. We'll see if they choose to engage on this. Perhaps Drunken Master wants to. He's got a Shrunken Head down, and Moon Queen going to be in a lot of trouble. Moonbeam going off, but not enough. Protective Melody a little bit too late, and not in range. Meanwhile, off to the side here, going to get jumped onto Rhapsody once again. Balfagor will take the Essence Link stun here. We'll see if the supports can kill him. They actually look like they can. In the meantime, Pestilence gets picked up by Drunken Master and Dark Lady. Moon Queen coming back into the game, and trying to do something, but ends up not doing too much here. Once again, 4 hero kills for the Kraken, as Aluna is the only survivor. 10 deaths on Balfagor, 7 on Rhapsody, 5 each on Moon Queen and Pestilence, and that's just, it's not going to work. You can't have that. Moon Queen's Catman champion here will be killed, so no more stacking agents for her. And the amount of times the Hellborn, they just keep re-engaging. They don't have to go back to the well. They got the regen. They've got the spells on low enough cooldowns that they can keep coming back into these fights. Kraken has a portal key now, so that'll help him out a lot. Perhaps won't get caught quite as much. Leads his team with 3 deaths. And that's actually half of the kills the Legion have. And he was picked up a Firebrand, but you might, think that Shrunken probably not. Yeah, you don't really need it, I guess. Or at least Kraken's the only thing that's going to do it. But even that's a Spirit of Magic stun, so not too helpful. The rest of their stuff is largely physical, so I can get on board with Firebrand here. Jump once again onto Balfour with a new portal key from Kraken. Charge actually misses, but he can't do anything. He's trapped. Pestilence hits a couple of the stun, but Wall gonna miss or gonna interfere with him. And in the meantime, Luna finally gonna get caught by somebody. Drunken Master will catch him out. That's gonna be a kill with the stagger. And top tower is dead. This has gotta be game. And there's the CC. That's it. So, well played there, the guys on TCC. As we saw some pretty bad stuff from them earlier on in scrims, and the last two that I've watched, at least I don't know what order you're watching this stuff in, but the last two, they've really been able to put it together against Twisted Fusion and Stroll Pimperny, two teams that have done quite well themselves. So TCC perhaps regaining some footing here and doing really well in this game, looking really strong, 30-6 circle advantage. Twisted Fusion perhaps not running Suicide Balfagor is the option here, and not getting so aggressive on Moon Queen in the bottom lane is also a good idea. But no doubt some things they took away from this game as well, and this one game scrim series will go to Team Cheesecake.